Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you guys the best deck from Arena 1 training camp to all the way to Arena 24-25 from like Pancake House or something like that. Anyways, first off we're going to start with the Arena 1 deck. This is the deck you're going to want to use. It's the very basic deck. You're going to be giving off like from like 8 to like 13 or 14 cards in the beginning. This is the deck you're going to want to use. You're just going to be starting off, but this deck has air defense, has really good, defense, ground defense, because you're just going to be starting the game out. Let's roll up to the next deck. You're going to want to use this deck for Arena 2, and there is a little difference. Valkyrie's in it, which is a splash damage, and you're going to want to use that combo along with the mini P.E.K.K.A. Instead of the giant is really good, but since you have the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the skeletons, you're going to use the battle ram. Battle ram's really good. That's why you have the arrows and the fireball, just to take out their defense, and you have the archers and the minions for the air attack and just a spawn. Let's roll to the next deck. This is the deck you're going to want to use next. I believe it's going to be a Hog Mountain Arena 3. Let's double check. And we did just reach the Ultimate Champion, so be ready to be watching a video of how to get there with the best deck. These decks can be used for Path of Legends or Trophy Road. Okay, so Arena 4. Oh, this is going to be used for Arena 4 and 5. You have the Hog Rider deck. This is the very, just, you're going to start using the troops more of like the, you're going to see more of the win conditions when you're getting higher and looking at the cards. You're still going to stick with the Valkyrie and mini P.E.K.K.A. and you're still going to be with a really low cost of average elixir. So you're going to be using Wizard, Minions, and Mega Minion for the air damage. Wizard is really good because you're taking out the splash. Hopefully when you're playing, you upgrade the cards you're going to want to use. Listen to that. Upgrade the cards you want to use and not just upgrade to get advanced further. You have Zap and Fireball. Just, one of the best spells. The next deck is this one. You're going to unlock P.E.K.K.A. and some other win conditions. I'm pretty sure if you have the Royal Giant, you can use that too, but I would stick to this deck. You have the ground damage, you have the building bomb tower. You can also switch with the Goblin Cage or something like that, but make sure you have it high leveled along that with your win condition. Your win condition is going to be either P.E.K.K.A. or you can use Hog Rider or Royal Giant. This time you're going to have 3 spells. It may be a little crazy, but you're going to want to start figuring out what spells you're the best. What troops takes out what spell the fastest. Let's roll to the next deck. And at first you have locked the win condition, so you're going to have the P.E.K.K.A. in hand, and you're going to be using this deck 3 spells, so arrows, fireball, and this time you're going to have the tornado. If you have previously unlocked the tornado, I would use that immediately. That will become one of your best spells in the game, along with arrows. Fireball is really good too, but as you get further, fireball is a little different. You're gonna have the Baby Dragon air defense. Baby Dragon is one of the best air defenses. You can use it instead of Baby Dragon. You can use it with the Mega Minion, and you have the Goblin Cage. You can also switch it out for Tesla if you have locked it too. And you're gonna use the bomber and the Valkyrie just to get that ground low damage. And of course you can use Hog Rider or P.E.K.K.A. or Royal Giant. You basically use any win condition, but I would stick to this variable because you're just going to be advancing further and you're going to want to get that good defense and that easy offense. So let's roll to the next deck. And at first you have locked the win condition, so you're going to have the P.E.K.K.A. in hand, and you're going to be using this deck 3 spells, so arrows, fireball, and this time you're going to have the tornado. If you have previously unlocked the tornado, I would use that immediately. That will become one of your best spells in the game, along with arrows. Fireball is really good too, but as you get further, fireball is a little different. You're gonna have the Baby Dragon air defense. Baby Dragon is one of the best air defenses. You can use it instead of Baby Dragon. You can use it with the Mega Minion, and you have the Goblin Cage. You can also switch it out for Tesla if you have locked it too. And you're gonna use the bomber and the Valkyrie just to get that ground low damage. And of course you can use Hog Rider or P.E.K.K.A. or Royal Giant. You basically use any win condition, but I would stick to this variable because you're just going to be advancing further and you're going to want to get that good defense and that easy offense. So let's roll to the next deck. So this is the kind of the time where you're going to be invoking most of the cards right now. You're going to be at about Hog Mountain. So the cards that you're not going to really want to use is Minions, Furnace, Expo. You'll see why in the video later on. But Golem and Elite Barbarians are really strong win condition, so you can just use those Hunter is really good if you're the type of person to use like short, strong damage and not like long, further ranged. Hunter is an amazing card. If you want to slow down enemy troops and spread their spawn stuff out, you can use Zappies. Zappies are very good. Along with that, you might be very fast climbing because the trophies is what is it, 3,000 to 3,400. So it might go fast. There's like three win conditions here: Mega Knight, Ram Rider, and Miner. You might not think like Sparky's one. Sparky's not really good. So you can really just switch your win conditions with Mega Knight or Ram Rider. And if you want to switch your air defense or one of your ground air defenses to Wizard, if you have arrows or zap, I would suggest switching it to log. And if you have another air card that you're going to want to use, it might be the Inferno Dragon. You'll see why Inferno Dragon is an amazing, strong card. I wouldn't suggest using the Sparky and Miner quite yet because you're still trying to figure out, your defense, your average elixir cost for your deck. And along with the Spooky Town Arena 12, you're going to be unlocking one of the best cards in the game: Firecracker and Phoenix, Earthquake, and Wallbreakers. So if you unlock those cards, I would suggest using Phoenix right away, along with Firecracker and Earthquake. Ice Wizard and Electro Dragon aren't really like the best right now. They're okay, but the time you're probably watching this, it's just not the best troops to use. Of course, you can still use them, but you're not going to be getting the best gameplay or advancing the fastest. Graveyard and Wall Breakers are really good in the higher arena, but you don't really need to use that right now because you're just playing against people still playing the game. So if you unlock the Phoenix or Firecracker, I would suggest using those. And of course, you can use another air defense too. You're just gonna be hitting Rascal's Hideout, and you're gonna be finding really good cards here: Rascals, Heal Spirit, E-Giant, and Bandit. I would not be using the Bowler or Lava Hound yet. Those are troops that are mostly heavy hitters. So still use those win conditions like Inferno Dragon or Baby Dragon. You still use those cards because those cards end up being one of the best cards in a higher arena, and nobody really uses Rascals or Magic Archer. So if you're gonna use you want an easy win condition, I would suggest using the Electro Giant. If you want a small spell to help heal up your troops, I would use the Heal Spirit. But if you want a fast dasher and you want to bridge spam the other side, I would suggest using Bandit. Other than that, I wouldn't use Bowler or Lava Hound. You're going to be hitting about 4,600 trophies, and you're going to unlock these cards. These cards are okay. If you want to switch Lumberjack with Mini P.E.K.K.A, of course you can, but you wouldn't really need a Rage spell, but of course you can use it if you don't want to use arrows or log. The Executioner and Night Witch are really good air cards, but not quite the best because you have cards cost a lot lower to defend them. So of course you can use Royal Delivery. Elixir Golem's not really the best cards in the game. No, most people don't know how to use it, and if it is, it's just with Elixir Golem deck. Goblin Drill is a really good win condition, but you have to have all the cards, including a champion, which is much more further in the arena to use it well. So I would just suggest switching out the smaller cards, but don't change your entire deck based on your opponents. This is really a weird arena to unlock cards, but you're going to have the Tornado. And of course, if you haven't unlocked it, I would suggest using just a smaller spell. Fisherman is a really great spell, kind of like Tornado, but it's like a goblin damage. Mother Witch and Cannon are really good cards, so you can switch out your Baby Dragon or Mega Minion or Archers with Mother Witch. And if you don't want to use maybe P.E.K.K.A or a Knight or a Valkyrie, you can switch with Cannon. If you could use Elixir Collector, but I would suggest waiting until you know how to use it and you get it to the right level, because if you have it under leveled, you won't be getting the correct amount of elixir. If you have a deck that has lots of spawners, as example like Witch, Barbarians, and you play it really well, use the defense, you can use the clone. The clone clones all of the troops, and the clone troops is 1 HP, but in some situations it is really playful. This is the arena you'll start unlocking the champions, one of the best cards no matter what in every game. It is going to be taking a while from Miner's Mine or to Executioner's Kitchen. It is going to be taking a while, so if you don't want to use a champion, of course, if you haven't unlocked them, I would stick for Golden Knight, I would use Valkyrie or Bandit. For Skeleton King, I would use Knight or Valkyrie. Just the cards that will take these out. Strong defense. The next champions are Archer Queen and Mighty Miner. Archer Queen is one of the best champions in the game still right now, along with Mighty Miner. So if you of course have locked these, I would switch your air with Archer Queen and your ground defense like Knight, Valkyrie, even something like let's say Goblin Cage or even a building. No matter what, by this time you should have a guaranteed building, Tesla, Bomber, Cannon, or even Inferno Tower in your decks. If you use any other buildings, I wouldn't use them. They're not really good. That should, and then you actually have one more card, the Monk. This will take the longest, 6,500. So of course I would try to do a couple challenges, see if we can unlock this card. But if you have this card, you basically finish the game. You have all the cards in Clash Royale, other than the evolutions. Now by what arena is it? You should be by Boot Camp, or let's say by before you unlock the champions, you should be able to have a deck that you're gonna want to use. Really good cycle. Three good decks are this. This is really good high cycle deck. When you have champion, you can switch it out with Valkyrie, but if you want more air, you just switch it with Dark Goblin. But you have a fast cycle defense. Let's see which one is this. This is another bait deck. This is with a Mighty Miner. Bait is one of the greatest decks in Clash Royale, the meta. Of course, you're going to spam Goblin Barrel and Princess. If you don't want to use Princess, you can use Firecracker or Dark Goblin. But of course, you're going to want to use the Mighty Miner because once you have any champion, it's a 3-card cycle. And then another deck is this Hog Rider deck that has been really good with the past couple of years. Ever since the evolutions of the cards have been evolutions, no update, level 15. Firecracker has been off the charts, amazing. Hog Rider and Earthquakes are an amazing combo. And the Tesla, you can switch a Tesla, Inferno Tower, or Cannon. But Tesla's probably the best because it takes out air, fast, 4 elixir. Inferno Tower does it, but it's like an Inferno Dragon, it's slow. And then you also have the evolutions with skeletons. By the time you reach Dragon Spa, or when you unlock them, when you figure out the deck you actually want to use in the champions, you should be able to be level 14, level 13. Don't worry on your opponents. Just focus on the cards you want and the cards you want to defend. If you watched it this far, thanks for watching. I stream daily on kick.com. Make sure to check out all their socials down below. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button. More Clash Royale videos will be uploading this week, so hit that subscribe button down below. See y'all next time.